Okay, moving on to what could be considered your area of expertise, we're going to be talking a little bit about education abroad now. Firstly, do you see a lot of Indian high schoolers aspiring to study outside of India?
More and more every year. Yes, I guess that's the short answer.
And do you think that parents and students have significant information to evaluate this option other than just their concerns?
Yeah, I think we touched on that briefly before. I would say that one of the issues is there's too much information out there. So who do I believe? The websites of colleges, of course, all look wonderful. You know, people are paid a lot of money to make websites look wonderful. Then there's a lot of kind of end user advice out there, but how do we know that that's reliable advice? I think that the second issue, as I described, was that we don't always know what questions we should be asking. Many of the resources out there are general and don't specifically deal with how will the Indian student do in this other environment. So I think that that's where Parent Edge has a unique position because it has that focus, the Indian student studying abroad.
So then you would consider a series of articles to be useful for people with information that would actually help them instead of worrying them a little too much?
Absolutely, and I'm even optimistic that through Parent Edge as a publication, it might develop into something more like a community, that there will be a community of people that you can ask additional questions and more information. So it can become a hub for parents that are considering their options going forward.
So what would you consider the key areas in a series like this? What would the key areas that a series should focus on?
Well, I've been in some discussions with the more busy people on Parent Edge, and I like the direction that they're taking. I think that having an area of the magazine that focuses on the variety of opportunities in the U.S., that all colleges are not created equal, that rankings are not the only thing that one must consider when choosing colleges, that best fit is probably the most important aspect of choosing a college in the U.S. I think some of these areas that are not usually addressed when the parents begin to explore is an area that Parent Edge is going to be able to really dig into. I think that other areas that Parent Edge should focus in on are personal experiences. I think that can be personal experiences of students as they prepare for the process of applying, but also follow-up once they're there, and then even the next step after they graduate. What are the experiences of trying to look for meaningful internships, employment opportunities after they graduate? I think some of those areas will pull parents from the obvious choices of doctor, lawyer, engineer to the more interesting options that might be available in this very new world that we're dealing with now.
Okay, it was nice talking to you. Thank you.
You bet.